So take your time setting up. And once you arrive there, just spread your fingers as wide as you can. And see if you can start to press the pads of your fingers down into the ground. And then, just as you are on your hands and your knees, take little rocks front to back. And you might start to notice that brings a little bit of sensation into the wrists, but just to warm up the wrists a little bit more. Think about that angle of your forearm where it connects to your hand, looking at that angle and just rocking your shoulders a little bit beyond that crease. And then bring your seat back towards your heels, almost like you were coming towards child's pose, but draw your seat back, your shoulders draw back, so you lessen that angle. And then again, rock forward and back. Start to rock forward and then take your knees a little bit wider. Maybe bring your toes a little bit closer. If it feels okay, send your seat back towards your heels. And then maybe walk your hands a little bit further. You can drop onto your elbows, your forearms, and then just let your head hang. Or place one hand on top of the other and just create a pillow for your forehead, just coming into a easy child's pose. And you can rest here for a few moments if it feels okay. Maybe close your eyes. Take a full breath in and a full exhale. Maybe start to feel your low back release a little bit more, just putting your hips in a different position. Take one more round of breath in and out. And then start to slowly rock your way back up to hands and knees. Reset your knees right underneath your hips. And then take a little bit of lateral movement side to side. So thinking about the letter C in your spine in both directions. Maybe bringing your head and your neck into that movement as well. And then come back to neutral. Send your right leg behind you, about hip height, and then just take a twirl of the ankle both directions. Create a little bit of space there. Tuck your toes onto the ground behind you and press back through your heel. Get a stretch through the calf. That might feel nice after doing a lot of jumping, moving around. And then just spin that heel down. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Big breath in right here. Just a supported side plank. If you want to bring in a little bit more strength here in the belly, you can lift that right foot up. And then see if you can bring your right toes closer towards your nose. And I just mean by flexing the foot here, right? So everything else stays the same. Just think about pressing that right heel away from you, activating that right foot to maybe activate the thigh muscles here. Take one more breath in. And then you'll stamp that foot down onto the ground. And pick your body up here. Drop your right hand down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky for gate pose. You might even take a twirl of the wrist. Maybe even look up to your left fingertips. And then bring your hands back down to the ground. You'll pick that right leg back up behind you. And step your right foot outside your right hand. You can just wiggle walk it forward a bit. And then just like you did before, I want you to find that rocking motion, maybe rocking the hips forward a bit. Maybe thinking about looking forward to encourage your heart to reach forward. So you're in a lunge. And then you can pull your hips back, maybe pick the right toes up. Do that one more time. Just rock forward a bit. It could be subtle, and then rock back. Now rock forward. Heel toe that foot in just a little bit more for support, and then reach your hands up towards the sky. Take a big breath in, stretch up, up, up. And then you'll take a gentle twist. Your left hand will reach forward, and your right hand can either reach behind you or can come to your right hip. Take a breath in and out. If you want, your left hand can come and rest outside your knee to deepen that twist just a little bit more. Now reach your hands up, big inhale. Take your hands back down inside that foot. You'll tuck the back toes and lift the back knee up. Spin your back heel down now, and you'll rise up to warrior two. So you're just like slowly making your way up a little higher off the ground. Now reach your right hand up to the sky, drop your left hand down. You get to reverse here. Big breath in. Straighten your right leg. Now look at your feet. I want you to parallel your feet so all 10 toes face the long edge of your mat. Reach your left hand up to meet the right. And then slowly fold forward. So just a wide leg forward fold. You can softly bend the knees and then drop the head down. If that feels okay, you can even take a moment to shake your head. Yes. No. Feel that release in the neck. And start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders here. And then just look at your right foot. I want you to turn and start to frame it coming back into a little bit of a lunge. And then you'll drop your left knee down. Now again, reach your hands up towards the sky. Your chest will rise. Bring your right knee to meet the left. And start to take your arms, bend them wide like a goalpost, right? Call those goalpost arms. So think about your chest broadening as you inhale. Lift your sternum, maybe even look up towards the ceiling. So nice. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down towards the ground. Find that lateral movement side to side. And then land in neutral. Start to drop the belly down. Lift the chest, lift the tailbone, maybe even look forward for cow pose. And then exhale, press into your hands, round your upper back, drop your head, cat pose. Do that one more time. Slow inhale to find cow. Slow exhale to find cat. Back into neutral tabletop. And now it's your left leg that comes back behind you, hip height. Twirl the ankle, wiggle the toes. You'll tuck the toes onto the ground, press back through your heel, get that stretch in the calf. You'll spin that heel to the ground, reach the left hand up into that modified side plank position. If you want a little bit more, pick the left leg up. Think about flexing through the ankle, right? So then your toes are drawing towards your face. It activates the front of the leg. Take one more big breath in. And then you'll drop that foot down, lift the torso up to drop the left hand down, right arm will rise, gate pose. You can take that twirl of the right wrist after it did a lot of work for you, supporting you. One more big breath in, maybe even look up. And then bring your hands back down. You'll pick that left leg up again behind you, but just so you can step that left foot forward outside the left hand. And so it doesn't have to be a huge lunge. It could just be your legs being like at 2 90-degree angles, maybe even less. And then you'll just rock it forward, rock back, maybe pick the left toes up. Do that one more time. Inhale, rock forward, getting into the hips a little bit more. No, rock back. Now you'll rock forward into that lunge. Heel toe that left foot in a little bit just to support you. And then tuck the back toes, lift the knee up. You'll spin that right heel down and then start to come up to warrior two. So your left foot is forward, right foot is back. Arms are long. Maybe sink a little bit more into that front leg to then reverse. Left hand reaches up, right hand goes down. You can get to straighten your left leg, parallel your feet, either hands at your hips or reach your hands up to the sky, your choice. Fold forward into that wide leg, forward fold. And if you want a little bit more movement here, you can bend one knee and then the other, switching from side to side, almost like the side lunge action. You'll land in neutral when you're ready. Look towards your left foot and frame it, finding that lunge. You can drop your back knee. Reach your hands back up on an inhale. And because we forgot it before, right hand goes forward, left hand goes back behind you. You find a twist. Maybe your left hand can even come to your hip if that feels supportive. Right hand maybe outside the knee. Full breath in and out. Excellent. Reach both hands high. Left foot comes to meet the right. Tabletop pose, coming right into it. One breath in to find cow pose. One breath out to find cat. Home into neutral and take your knees a little bit wider. Big toes closer together. Draw your seat back, drop your forearms, return to that supportive child's pose. If it feels okay in your body, if this is a place of rest, maybe close your eyes. And then maybe just take note of if this pose feels different than the first time you took it, like even just by moving things around a little bit more. And just be in that place of observation. Try not to judge. And just take a full inhale and exhale. One more like that. Breathe in and out. And slowly, when you're ready, come up and just find a seat. You're going to swing your legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake if that feels good. And then take your feet together, your knees out wide. And you can either grab onto your ankles or your shins here to just sit up a little bit taller. Staying here or starting to just fold forward a bit. It doesn't have to be as low as you can go, right? And that's not the goal. Just to create a little bit more space in the hips. So think about what's going on in your sacrum, your low back, and the angle that your pelvis tilts is more important than where your nose or your face ends up. Stay here for a breath in and out. And then you'll come up, sit all the way up. Make sure you have enough space behind you and you'll slowly make your way onto your back. Once you're there, bend your knees and plant your feet about hip width distance apart. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. And start to then maybe send your foot up towards the sky. You could take your hands behind the leg here. Maybe again, a twirl of the ankle in both directions. And then start to bend the knee, but create that figure four cross. of the right ankle, right below the left knee. And so you just take that right knee a little wider. You can bring your arms out like those goalposts or arms out like a T, your choice. And then you can stay here or let the sole of your right foot drop over to the left off of your mat. Just for a twist the spine, one last one. Also, maybe a stretch in the outer right hip. Stay here or look over to the right. A full breath in. Big breath out. One more like that. Breathing in and out. So nice. Slowly start to come back to center. Unravel the legs. Give them a little shake. And you'll take that all on the other side. So drop the right foot down and then bring the left knee towards your chest. Send that foot up to the sky. You can grab behind, think where your hamstrings are, behind the leg. Swirl the ankle around, creating a little bit more space. And then you'll find that figure 4 cross. So you'll release that grip of the leg just to create that figure 4 shape. Arms can come out wide. And then once you start to draw that left knee forward a bit, away from you, and then you'll drop that whole structure in your legs over to the right. So think about the sole of your left foot coming towards the ground. And then once you're there, you can choose to stay or look to your left hand. You might notice that both hips are not created equally. You've got different sensations happening on both sides, or each side, rather. 2 full and complete rounds of breath here, in and out. One more, in and out. You'll slowly come back through center, unravel the legs, give them a shake. Maybe hug both knees in or even a little bit wider to find just a little bit of rocking sensation, if that feels okay, in the low back. A breath in right here. And then slowly release your feet down. Let your legs go long. Just a little bit of time for your shavasana, your final relaxation, your moment of rest. So you can get yourself comfortable, whatever that looks like or feels like for you, and then close your eyes if you can. Take a quick little scan from your toes, up the legs, to your hips, your belly, your chest, down the arms. Relaxing the hands, scanning the back of the neck, the muscles of the jaw and the face. And then just allowing every muscle along the way, from your toes to the top of your head. Find this sense of ease. Maybe connecting with your breath as you rest. And stillness is a way to soften any places that might feel like they're holding tension or they're gripping. Breathe in and out. Breath in, breath out. One more, fill up. This time you might even open your mouth, letting out a slow sigh. Invite a little bit of movement to your feet, to your fingers, to your face. And just start to bend your knees. Roll to the side of your choice. And just press yourself up to an easy seat. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe even bring your hands together in front of your heart. Feel your sternum rise towards your thumbs where they meet. Again, take a breath in. Find ease on your exhale. You might even take your thumb tips to the center of your forehead. Maybe lift your face, lift your chin. And letting this practice as always be a time where you can be a little bit kinder to yourself. So you can then share that kindness out with others. Namaste.